welcome back. Please join me in welcoming the illustrious and my favorite CEO. Please join us in welcoming back Miss Keisha Lee. Hey, Keisha, how are you doing today?
I am fabulous. How are
I'm
you?
doing good, and I should add that you are the president and CEO of Annie Malone Children and Family Services.
Yes, yes.
Yes, doing a great job over there.
Thank you. I
Yes,
appreciate
yes,
that.
yes. So I know there's a lot going on at Annie Malone. So just kind of give us like a synopsis of everything because I know we're at the end of the year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of campaigns and programs going
Yes,
on.
it's
So
our year-end
yeah.
giving time. So we're getting ready for our trunk or treat, where I create a safe space for kids to be kids on Halloween night and come and get say candy. Kids should be able to trick or treat safely. So we do a big trunk or treat. It's on Halloween day from 4 to 6 at our page location. Then we also are getting ready for our after school food drive that happens in November. And that's when I think about kids that are going off for winter break because parents don't take winter break, right? Only the kids do. And they still have to eat. So we try to keep them safe by not by providing them with food where they don't have to use the stove. So we collect food like the little what's those things called? Macaroni and cheese cups, Lunchables, lunch meat, cereal, things that we know they'll eat and their bellies are full until mom and dad gets home. So we do that. That drive from November 1st through the 15th, and then it's our big Christmas pajamas and cookies. We do so much around Christmas. We try to get so many donations and toys so that every kid has something to open up around Christmas time. And it's our year-end giving. We're also in our roundup at the register with White Castles. It's always something going on at Annie Malone, but I love it. It keeps us busy and it's impactful to the community.
Yes, it is. And you have had a phenomenal year. And as I look at Annie Malone and, when you started and the promotions that you've done, the
You were
sales.
with me from the start.
Yes, from the start. So, and how you say it's more than just a parade.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody knows so much about the parade. Matter of fact, registration's getting ready to open November 1st.
yes,
Early, everybody know about the parade, but it's like we are so much more than just the parade. The programs that we offer, we have a 24-hour crisis center for kids that have been taken from their families, just for families that are in need. We have it where if a family is going through something, like maybe mom and dad just need some mental health, like some time, because there's no handbook to parenting. Bring those babies to us. You don't have to worry about the state getting involved. And then we send them out to do stuff. We keep the kids safe, keep them busy. So that's what I've really opened up that crisis space for. And we have our parent advocacy and education program. So those are families that have been court ordered and they're trying to get their kids back or they're at risk of getting their kids taken. So we offer parenting classes. We go in and do intensive in-home services with them, and we follow Triple P parenting model. We also have our SAFER program. That's our SAMHSA grant, and that's going into, we're in about 8 schools locally where we do drug prevention and treatment in the evening. All of it's free therapy, it's student led, it's so great, I love it. And then our new program is our EMP program. It's an economic mobility program. And what that is like a boarding school model for boys 16 to 21. They come with me on Sundays, and then Sunday by 7, they leave on Friday by 7. Then they have mentorship programs on the weekend. They have to go to community service. And what we're doing is really one, building their self-esteem back up and empowering them again. And then telling them, like, you don't have to give up on school. We help them get their GED in a certain amount of time. We give them job training, forklift simulation, OSHA, 30 hours of OSHA so they can be job ready, and therapy. It's really about building their self-esteem and letting them know, like, you're a viable citizen in this world and you matter. That program, we saved 21 lives last year.
wow,
4 of
that's
our boys went off
awesome.
to school, went
Yes,
out to college, and it's you talking about students that have been robbing and stealing, and it's like I refuse to give up. I do. And now we have a new set, and
hmm
they're getting ready to go. Actually, in a week or so, 2 weeks, they're getting ready to go down to Tennessee State University for a tour,
okay,
and they'll go to the African American Museum of Music.
yeah,
They'll visit the PD. It's to get them outside of the box, get outside of St. Louis. Like, the world is so much bigger than your block per se,
that's true.
and restoring in them. So yeah, we always have something going
Yeah,
on.
we do, and and it's all about exposure.
hmm
When I look at the EMP program for young males 16 to 21,
Yes.
you know, people should know that you should never throw your child away.
No.
Sometimes parents, you feel like you're at your wits' end, especially single mothers
Yes.
dealing with sons. you get in a box and you feel like there is no hope, but there is hope with Annie Malone.
It is.
That EMP program, Keisha has taken these boys in, shown them really the world. I mean, she took them to Fleming's with the moms.
Yeah, they went to a Boston Celtics game. They went to the Drake and J. Cole concert. And then we give them stuff like, Nikes, Jordan, stuff like that. You can get these things and do good as well. You don't have to rob and steal for it. As long as you work in this program and you're doing good, we're going to make sure you have that.
And not only that, you give them good jobs.
Yes.
One of the young men I met, because we did a few media tours together, and he ended up working in the White Castle
distribution center. Yeah. They have really good jobs. We make sure.
This isn't just a Burger King job. No offense to Burger King, but
and the facility.
Like in the facility, making the frozen meals.
Correct. Yeah. And that's kudos to partners like White Castles and Walmart that give us the opportunities, in Procter & Gamble that give our boys those opportunities to provide for themselves and their families. So that's really, really important. And then where they stay at our facility, it doesn't look like a facility. It's the Blue House. It looks like home. And I really wanted to create that environment where it didn't look like they were in an institution, and they love to be. One thing I will say is in that environment, we put them around a lot of Black men that look like them, that have been where they are. And I have to say my partnerships with like Corey Johnson with the Corey Johnson Foundation, BJ the DJ, or Keith and Stallings with Access Foundation, and the late Dwayne Tolan, DT, he passed away, but it's men like that in the community that have partnered with me to be that for those boys to see in the community and know that they've been where they are. And I put that call out, like I'm always looking for men to come into that program and work and be a part of those boys' lives and help them get on a different path, because they show up that they want it, but I need those men. I can only do so much as a woman. I'm a nurturer. I'm a spoiler. I spoil, but they can teach them to be men. I think that's a key piece of it. And some of these single mothers or grandmothers or just grandparents or aunts and uncles that's trying, and they can't do it all by themselves. And it doesn't mean they did something wrong. It's hard to figure out a teenager. I was a teenager. My daughter's a teenager right now, and they going through some things. So it's kind of like pulling them out that environment and then this one, and then they still going home. I'm not keeping you from your family. You go home on the weekends, and you check in the mentorship and community service, but it's giving that parent or that guardian a break as well, and that mental health. And we help them too while the kids in the program will pay electric bill every month or gas bill every month or rent every month or mortgage every month. So we're helping. We give them groceries every month and everything. And if those boys have a child, they don't leave that program with nothing every week. You got to provide for that child. I send them home with diapers, formula, something. Like you have a life in this world. You're going to be responsible and take some and provide for that baby.
And the therapy piece.
Oh, key. They get individual therapy once a week, and then we do family therapy. And it's some bridges and some things they break down and break that shell, and it's important.
So, Keisha, what would you say to a mother or dad, mom or dad, or even a grandmother who's in a situation where there's a high-risk young male in their family and they don't know what to do next? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to call us before you give up. Once, never give up on your baby, because as long as they got breath in their body, we're not giving up. That's number one. Call Annie Malone. Ask about the EMP program. Fill out the information online. It's a short form. Come do an intake. Let us try to save that young male's life, because it may be some stuff that they don't feel comfortable saying to you that they may feel comfortable saying to a male or in therapy or something like that. And let's help bridge that gap before we give up, because there's so many of them that's walking around here that feel like nobody loves them. None of us are perfect. And I told my boys that, like, we don't have a good day every day. Miss Keisha don't have a good day every day, but we gonna try again. So I'll give you an instance. Like last year, every day's not perfect. One of my guys got really upset, and he hit the punching bag, and then he hit the wall and put a hole in it. And I was like, he's like, I'm gonna be out the program, and he was sad. And I was like, no, you use one of your coping skills. You hit the bag first, but we're gonna teach you a new skill on how to plaster this wall and make it right. Now you're gonna patch the wall up, and you're gonna learn a new skill. And he didn't after that, and he enjoyed doing it with our repair guy. But it's some of those things. Like every day is not perfect, but we had no incidents with police. We saved 21 lives. 4 of them went off to college. They all still working. It's one of those things that I'm very passionate about with what we do.
That's amazing. And when I think about Annie Malone, the word that always comes to me is kids.
Yes.
Kids, like saving our kids, saving our children.
Yeah.
Because when you look in the news, there are so many kids that are being killed.
Yep.
There are kids that are being abused.
Yep.
And it don't have to be that way.
Nope.
Annie Malone has been around since 1888.
Yes.
And I mean, kids who are at risk, and like you have the crisis
Mm-hmm.
program, that you can drop the kids off, or if a parent is feeling a certain kind of way,
Yes.
or a dangerous kind of way, just take them in there. Don't wait for people to take your kids away. Call Annie Malone.
Yep. It's moments that remind me of why we do this. Like we were getting ready for the mandatory meeting for May Day last year, and a woman drove up real fast and was like, "Can you take my kid?" Something was going on, but it's like we're that pillar in the community, and people know that's a safe haven, and it feels good to be a part of that, and also change the narrative. Just because people are going through something or poverty doesn't equal neglect. That don't mean your kids need to be inside the system. You just need a little assistance, a little help. And that mission to me is impactful. And what I do, that's why I've extended those doors to parents that are going through something, not necessarily neglecting their kids. We have mental health weekends for parents where we give them stuff to go out and do, and we keep the kids and keep them busy. But also our summer camp. Everybody wanted me to do a summer camp, and I said, I won't do it until I can keep the kids all day from morning to evening, because I want to make sure they get 3 meals a day. When I was younger with my daughter, the summer camps were half days, and I didn't work half days, and they were expensive. So now that we have this summer camp, it's free for the community, and they get 3 meals a day. They out 3 times a week doing something. They love this. Camp fills up in one day, I'm telling you, and the people still come like, do you have an open? Do you have an opening? But it's about intentional and being impactful for the community.
And so how does one get in touch with you if they want to help Annie Malone, or if they
We
want
always
to
need
get
the help.
services?
We always
Yes.
need the help. Always need the help given to Annie Malone. It's a lot of things that grants don't pay for operationally. And that building that we're sitting in down in the Greater Ville is 100 and some years old. We're trying to do a capital campaign right now to restore one of the buildings. And none of the kids are there. We're there, but it's a lot that grants don't pay for. You can always donate to Annie Malone at www.anniemalone.com or .org, and then you can click the donate button. You can send a check via mail or anything like that, or want to meet or come do a visit. Just get in touch with my team. And yeah, we're always like, you being that pillar of strength in the community. You have to be able to support the community. Sometimes the dollars are not rolling in like they used to. I'm just being honest. And you got to make a Thanksgiving meal out of what you got in the cabinet. That's what I'm doing. But it's the community and other organizations that I try to partner with to really help us. And that's why the roundup with White House is important, because it's unrestricted. That unrestricted means a lot. That boiler needs to be fixed. When the vans are breaking down, there's stuff that grants don't cover, and people don't understand. We have to go get these kids from these situations and take them to their schools and take them to doctor's visits. It's stuff that grants don't cover. So we always need that donation, whatever you can give. We don't turn down nothing but our college. Those pennies, it adds up.
Okay, well, Keisha, thank you so much for stopping by. But also, God bless you
Thank you.
for all that you do, because I know this is more than just a career for you.
Oh, yes.
This is a calling.
Yes.
And you are walking in it, and I just congratulate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not easy. I put this smile on, but it's not easy. But I'm appreciative that I can recognize it while I'm in it. I always say I didn't find my purpose. I found God's purpose for my life, and I'm grateful that I'm in it and I can recognize it in the moment. That gratitude sits with me all day.
Thank you, and continue to be blessed.
Thank you.
And so how does one get in touch with you if they want to help Annie Malone, or if they
We always need
the
help.
services?
We always need the help. Always need the help given to Annie Malone. It's a lot of things that grants don't pay for operationally. And that building that we're sitting in down in the Greater Ville is 100 and some years old. We're trying to do a capital campaign right now to restore one of the buildings. And none of the kids are there. We're there, but it's a lot that grants don't pay for. You can always donate to Annie Malone at www.anniemalone.com or .org, and then you can click the donate button. You can send a check via mail or anything like that, or want to meet or come do a visit. Just get in touch with my team. And yeah, we're always like you being that pillar of strength in the community. You have to be able to support the community. Sometimes the dollars are not rolling in like they used to. I'm just being honest. And you got to make a Thanksgiving meal out of what you got in the cabinet. That's what I'm doing. But it's the community and other organizations that I try to partner with to really.
So this is more than just a career for you.
Oh, yes.
This is a calling.
Yes.
And you are walking in it, and I just congratulate you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's not easy. I put this smile on, but it's not easy. But I'm appreciative that I can recognize it while I'm in it. I always say I didn't find my purpose. I found God's purpose for my life, and I'm grateful that I'm in it and I can recognize it in the moment. That gratitude sits with me all day.
Thank you, and continue to be blessed.
Thank you.